They are not reacting to you, they are collecting data. When someone watches your behavior with unusual consistency, when they probe your boundaries without breaking them, when they catalog your responses with no visible agenda, you are not being judged. You are being mapped. The distinction matters more than you realize. Most people confuse surveillance with hostility. They assume attention means engagement, that scrutiny implies emotion. This is a critical error. Strategic observation is not the precursor to confrontation. It is the precursor to control. The person studying you is not preparing to argue with you. They are preparing to use you. And if you mistake their patience for passivity, you have already lost. If you value understanding the strings that pull the world, subscribe. This is the silent psychology. Like this video to signal you are paying attention. Subject A worked in a competitive firm. Skilled but not exceptional. Confident but not arrogant. For 6 months, a colleague we will call observer made no moves against them. No confrontations. No visible jealousy. But the observer asked subject A questions. Small questions. How they solved problems. What frustrated them. Who they trusted. Subject A, feeling no threat, answered honestly. They even felt flattered by the attention. The observer never challenged them, never competed openly. They simply watched, recorded, adjusted. Then, during a pivotal project, subject A was blindsided. The observer had not only anticipated every strategy subject A would deploy, they had already positioned themselves as the antidote to those strategies. They knew which colleagues subject A would appeal to and had preemptively secured those alliances. They knew which objections subject A would raise and had prepared counter-arguments that used subject A's own language against them. The meeting was not a debate, it was a demonstration. Subject A had been reverse engineered. This is the mechanism of strategic surveillance. It operates on 3 principles. First, concealment of intent. The observer never signals a threat. They are curious, not competitive. Friendly, not calculating. This disarms the target's defensive instincts. You do not guard yourself against someone who appears harmless. Second, intermittent reinforcement of trust. The observer validates you occasionally, just enough to keep you talking. They agree with you on small matters. They ask your opinion. They make you feel seen. This creates a feedback loop where you voluntarily offer more information. Third, asymmetric information advantage. You believe you are having a conversation. They are conducting an intelligence operation. You share openly. They share selectively. The imbalance is invisible until it is leveraged. The brain fails to detect this because it confuses social interaction with social safety. Humans are wired to interpret prolonged attention as either affection or threat. Strategic surveillance disguises itself as the former while executing the latter. The observer never triggers your alarm systems because they never attack. They simply prepare. And by the time you recognize the preparation, the strike has already occurred. How do you identify this pattern without descending into paranoia? Look for 3 markers. First, disproportionate curiosity. Someone asks more questions than the relationship justifies. They remember details about you that casual acquaintances should not retain. Second, controlled reciprocity. They answer your questions, but always in vague terms. You leave conversations feeling like you know them, but you possess no actionable information. Third, strategic positioning. Over time, they are consistently present during your moments of vulnerability, decision-making, or conflict, not by accident, by design. You cannot prevent people from observing you, but you can control what they observe. When someone displays unusual interest in your patterns, give them false patterns. Answer questions with curated truths. Share decisions after they are irreversible, not before. Let them believe they understand you while you deny them the variables that matter. The person studying you is not your enemy, but they are not your ally. They are researchers, and you are the experiment. If this pattern feels familiar, you already understand more than you think. Subscribe and share to survive the hierarchy.